The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation. The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
What the fuck is this? I don't know.
Hey, what's up, my fellow thought criminals? How are you doing? I hope you are doing great. Today is... Oh, shit, I froze for a second. That's the problem with this shit. It's never perfect. I need to soup up my computer or something to deal with all the technology that I'm utilizing here. Stream decks and fucking different softwares going all at once. Anyways, not to bitch about all my technical issues. And I'm your friendly neighborhood ghost cat, Feel the Ghost Cat, here live and direct. I'm also known as El Gato Nosferatu in the streets, yeah. Guys, it's Wednesday, hump day, and you know what? Usually I talk about some waifus and the occasional hentai game I would play. That was usually my usual trope. But now I'm switching up things and talking about dead aliens, apparently. Or at least this strange case from a Jonathan Reed, a Dr. Jonathan Reed, in a second. But let me just read the title right here. Man claims he killed an alien after it vaporized his dog. For what I heard, Dr. Reed was going about in some woods and then discovered a spaceship, a triangular spaceship that was hovering above, and then his dog got ripped in half or something like that. We'll read this, and then I'm going to show you some video here and there, his found footage, so to speak. It's kind of really reminds me of like some Blair Witch style shooting. We're going to see some weird shit right now. Didn't set that up for any kind of soundbite.
But the people are retarded.
See, I chose the wrong one.
Oh yeah, doing the thing.
That wasn't even the right one either. Like, it should have been something else, Macho Man.
My body, my choice.
Okay, we're going to leave it at that, okay? All right. A video circulating around YouTube, supposedly a panicked man examining a body of an alien he shot after it vaporized his dog with an energy weapon. I've heard it the other way around. I thought he literally tore it in half, like reached into the dog's jaw and just like, you know what I mean? That's what I've heard. Now I'm kind of confused by the Yahoo news article that was from 2016. All right, well, I'll read on. Dr. Jonathan Reed, who made the video, claims his troubles didn't end there, as the aliens came back to life and the government agents stole all his good video, leaving only one blurred circulated YouTube video. But is the encounter, which supposedly happened in Washington of 1996, wow, another 96 story, really all it seems? While Reed became a celebrity on the UFO circuit and even published a book about his experience, many UFO fans are not convinced. I'm not surprised. Says that Dr. Reed has refused to allow his evidence to be analyzed. He may even be using a false name. Okay, we'll get to this example of the video. Well, maybe I should just hit it right now. Fuck it. I'll just see if it works. Because I have other videos. Look at that burrito. Sorry, I had a little bit of a White Claw earlier, so, you know, got a little bit of burpage going on. But yeah, I'm gonna skip. Let's see what's inside the burrito. An alien body. It really does look like a freaking doll. like of how small it is and skinny it is. So just right off the bat, I don't know. That body looks fraudulent. I do like that this thing also doesn't look exactly like the traditional gray aliens. The gray aliens usually have like these big black eyes, and they're like known for that look. This one has like red, smaller eyes, which makes it even like look more sinister. At the same time, it does have like kind of a potato face. By the way, apparently he was shot by this alien. It shot at Dr. Reed and like nicked him in the shoulder. I think I have video evidence of what he shot. He did show like an example of his wound, is what I'm trying to say. But saying that's so weird. Womb?
Sue me, dickhead.
Yeah. No, it was kind of gnarly actually, because it did look like something shot him. Anyways, let's proceed. Now, he did claim that for some reason his eyes would spaz out, like the alien's eyes would like keep blinking. And he wasn't sure if it was still alive or not. At least that's what other reports say. I originally heard this story from Art Bell, which is an old radio host that used to live out in Vegas. Anyways, he would do like a radio show where he would talk a lot about the paranormal, and he had an interview with Dr. Reed about this experience. Now, I don't know if he was trying to open his eyes. I don't know if he was trying to open his eyes or like get some sort of contact lens. There's the bullet wound right there. So apparently he shot him right in the head. Although now that I look at it, there is like only back damage from the back of the alien's head. Did he shoot him in the back of the head, or did he, shoot him in the front of the cranium? If not, I don't see anything that would suggest that there was a bullet entry in the front. At least I can't tell based on the blurry footage. All right, so I'm going to go keep reading this. UFO Watchdog says it has since been discovered that Jonathan Reed is actually in Seattle, Washington, residents named John Bradley Rutter?
I think you might be dyslexic, bro.
John Bradley Rutter. So I guess this was all a goof. Or maybe he changed his name. Who knows? Maybe he's hiding from the CIA and he had to change his name. He lived in Seattle, Washington. The entire time he claimed to be running from an evil government agent. Isn't a doctor or a PhD. He has no college degrees. And that's pretty much the end of that chapter. He doesn't really explain any further, for what I can tell, at least from this article from 2016. But I guess this original footage actually came from, like, I think 1993 or something like that, or even 96. There's the guy. That's Jonathan Reed. And I'll get to this whole situation over here in a minute. But I'm going to show you his supposed found footage when after he shot the alien. Blow this up a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. So basically, that's the alien he shot that we saw in the burrito baggage. And the reason he's screaming is because he got shot earlier. He got shot first and then retaliated with a bullet. Now the funny thing is, I thought I saw like way better resolution footage, like either on Odyssey or YouTube. I don't know which one, but yeah, like so supposedly the story was he was out in the woods, he was walking his dog, he came upon a red prism, which we're gonna see in a little bit. If I keep playing. And then his dog, rather, attacked one of these things, and then it ripped it apart, but he went back to get his camera, his video camera, and film this thing. I guess it thought that the camera was a gun, so it retaliated with a laser beam, and he retaliated with bullets to the dome. Let's keep watching.
Come on, work.
There's the spacecraft, apparently. Now, he also blames all the, like, there's all these, like, disrupted textures that keep coming in, like pixels and digital glitches that come from the video. Now, it could be because the video has been, like, you know, rotting for so long. But he also blames that there's some kind of radiation that is coming from the actual spaceship. Or at least that's what he claimed.
Come on, work.
So yeah, it's really hard to see. And he's saying all these digital artifacts are just like because of the goddamn ship. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to relay what they claimed happened there. And I guess this is even a wider shot of the spacecraft out in the distance, or at least I think. It's a lot of heavy breathing here. Okay, so here comes the alien burrito part. Now, apparently this is some thermal blanket or something like that that he grabbed from out of his truck and just so happened to have it. But I got to admit that it also brings like some sort of special effect to the whole situation. But it's a smart idea. You don't know if this thing also contains radiation and, you know, could be slowly giving you cancer. The alien, I mean. Let's see if this is like better footage. Imagine being at Chipotle, you order a burrito, and then you find this. This isn't my chicken burrito. It's an alien.
How high are you? You smoked all of it, didn't you?
That's so funny. Because the alien, if we go into a close-up, he does have like some red eyes. Still, quality is like bleh, but whatever. We're gonna go with it.
Time to go home, load up that bong, and watch Pokemon!
This isn't Pokemon. This is some alien shit. So yeah, this is also like in that realm, like what I've been trying to talk about with all these like found footage videos that like emerged in the middle of the 90s and just so happened to be like in the span of like 1995 through like 1997, where all these like videos came out. It was Alien Autopsy, the McPherson case, the this video. There was also the interview from it's the supposed alien from Area 51 interview. I know there's one more somewhere about, but there was just a whole mess load of these like supposedly found video proof of alien life that just came out of that. And my theory is that one of them has to be the legit thing, you know, and everything else is like a psyop kind of thing where it's like they had to come up with all these like little mini fake videos so it could disprove that one video that was legit. You know, that's just my theory. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. I'm no expert at this stuff, but you know, I did grow up during that whole UFO, you know, fascination with X-Files and everything else. And it's just like, I'm just saying, like, even if there is like found footage of like an alien being, I don't think we would notice it because there's so many filmmakers in the age of YouTube, in the age of like this self-studio broadcasting stuff, that you just can't trust anything anymore, you know? And especially with all the fucking AI shit that they're like inventing, that maybe one of these days I can like type in something and say, hey, make me some alien footage, make it as real as possible. And it spits out like a 10-second clip of like an alien being that looks so real that even you couldn't tell it was bullshit. Or maybe, you know, this might be a legit thing, or it's a Mr. fucking Potato Head.
Gag. Time's it back.
Oh, he's gonna finger blast this guy. You saw the motion right there, right? I mean, it's either suggesting that he's gonna cut something off, or he's gonna finger blast that alien, which, you know, I don't approve because we don't know if it's knocked out or it's dead. Look at him. Sexually suggesting. This is pure necrophilia that he's about to do.
You're the people that have fucked this country over.
The aliens?
Dude, can't handle it. Unplug this bastard.
Okay, so here's some photos. They're a little bit more crisp.
Well, after
Oh, wait, hold up. We gotta turn this up. This is probably from the guy himself. Hang on.
So, Doctor, when did you hear that scream?
Okay, so this is from actual, this is the actual interview from Art Bell. You know what I mean. It's with Art Bell and Dr. Reed. And he starts describing what happened that evening. Or that day.
Well, after a few hours had gone by and I had called Gary back, and he had calmed me down from crawling practically around the ceiling, we both went out to look again. And I figured, we went out and looked. We did the same thing. I opened the freezer so that I could know that I was not imagining this. And the same thing happened. And when the freezer was opened, this thing let out a scream like I have never heard before. It literally, the force of the sound made you feel like something was pushing against your chest.
The air around it as it screams actually bubbles and moves.
It felt like the air was moving.
God.
And at that time, it was just, open and closed. And later,
I guess the thing was still alive or something, right? I think that's what he's trying to explain. I don't remember this part from the Art Bell interview, but yeah, I guess he's suggesting that he put it in the freezer and then the thing started screaming hysterically and died. Eesh.
Later on, I felt like I had to try to document this.
Of course.
So I took my camera and I took the recorder and I turned it on and I again opened the freezer, and that's when I recorded this sound.
Would you play the sound for us once
again?
Oh,
yes,
okay, so we got a sample of this.
Hold on.
Okay, here it comes. Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ. That sounded so fucking freaky. Now, I wonder if he just happened to have some sort of stock sound that, he could have messed with. That's the thing. I without, looking up too much on this Dr. Reed guy or whatever his real name was from that previous article, I wonder if he was like an actor or had some sort of film school experience or something like that. The thing gets even more weirder as we go on. Then let me see if there's anything else beyond this real quick before we switch tabs.
Oh, God, that's awful.
Okay, so that was apparently pictures of the diamond-shaped thing. I mean, I know it's really bad quality what we're watching right now, but it could be just like a small miniature that you could just have like a stick. It could be very weightless, that kind of thing. It could be developed in a prop room. But maybe it's all bullshit. I mean, maybe it isn't all bullshit. I mean, it's feasible that maybe this is also legit, and the guy had to change his name, go somewhere else, so he can get away from the government and the aliens that were after his ass. Okay, that's enough of that. But I'm just gonna prove. Yes. Here comes the ridiculousness. You want to get ridiculous on this story, right? This was apparently an arm bracelet from the creature, and apparently it had mystical fucking powers. I'm not even joking with you. Like, this little silver thing had like 2 fang needles, right? That would pierce the person, but it would use, I don't know, their inner energy to teleport or something. Here, Why don't I stop talking about it and just show you from Reed himself? Here we go. So this was an interview with Dr. Jonathan Reed in, like, I believe a Mexican talk show. I'm not going to put the sound on, but I'm just going to say he starts talking about his experience, you know, killing this alien, finding this thing. And I think he also kind of explains. Yeah, I'm trying to look for the sweet spot. Here we go.
Algún tipo de energía bioeléctrica.
Well, I'm going to do my best to translate, but you know what? I'm just going to try to explain it as he goes along, because, like, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to hear him actually talk about this. But Jonathan right here is going to show an example of what it is, what it does, and he actually does some kind of weird shit right now. And he describes that there's a little bit of pain that comes along with this. It does something to his molecular body or some shit like that. You know what? I don't know. But
stop pushing your shit.
I'm not trying to push my shit, Alex.
Fuck you, motherfucking New World Order. I will get your ass. Delay that.
He's about to, like, do some teleportation shit, which is like, it's kind of a cheesy ass effect. Just wishing that it would just do it. As you see, he's kind of trembling. And supposedly he's describing how the energy from the bracelet is starting to move up on his bones. Oh, here you go. The epic teleportation with the lens flare freaks out the entire, like, Mexican crowd. You hear, like, a woman scream in the background. Ah!
So I'm coming day and night.
I mean, she could have been. But anyways, he teleports and then he reappears. But as you can see, there's that effect again, the like glitches that occur, because this is supposed to be like radiation that teleports and he just comes back. I don't know if he just like fades in. Can't remember. Or there's like another glow. But apparently this shit was going down in a live. Any minute now. Okay, here comes the lens flare. Apparently it really hurts him. Apparently.
Well, shit.
Look what he did! He shit all over the wall!
What? Wait, what happened there?
My house is full of shit!
Oh my god, he turned into a beam and took a shit everywhere?
He shit everywhere!
I'm sorry, Bob Saget.
My house is full of shit!
I want to put my dick in it.
I wanted to put its dick in me.
That was that portion. And then this is what I found on Alien Wiki. An alternate version of WikiLeaks, I guess, or Wikipedia. Is that where WikiLeaks came from? Like, you know, from Wikipedia? I'd have to look that up. I'm going to see if I can enhance, so to speak.
Enhance. Enhance. Enhance.
My eyes are just not what they used to be, kids. All right. The Reed's case was a alleged encounter with an extraterrestrial fabricated by John Bradley. That's the guy's supposed real name. John Bradley Rudder. Rudder?
You clearly have a learning disability, dude.
Let's get silly.
Rudder.
I'm retarded?
The story became a popular case, the UFO and alien research community for many years, but was ultimately exposed as a hoax. It's a hoax, guys.
I want to put my dick in it.
I wanted to put its dick in me.
Okay, so here's the story. And I guess this is further deep dive on the story. In 1996, Dr. Jonathan Reed claimed that his dog went missing one day. Also, now it went missing. Reed went out into the woods near his home to see if he could find his dog. When he went into the woods, he found a floating UFO, the shape of a spike. Well, yeah, it kind of does look like a spike. I keep calling it like a black diamond kind of thing. But yeah, I guess it's a spike. Reed went back inside to get his video camera and began filming the incident. He then saw the alien grab his dog by the jaws, snap it apart. So this is where I got that story where the dog was actually physically attacked by the alien. As a result, the dog turned to white ashes. That part I didn't remember. It turned into white ashes? So there's not even evidence of the dog's body. All right, that's just shady. But this was never recorded on film. In retaliation, Reed took out a tree branch and threw it at the alien, weakening it. Wait, a tree branch? I mean, honestly, a tree branch got it, like, knocked down? You should have just went up and just, like, kicked it. Some fucking moon splashing motherfuckers. You get on top of the ropes and fucking devastate, pile drive that motherfucker. Give him the people's elbow. That's what you do, motherfucker.
Nothing is impossible.
Yeah, if you're attacked by an alien, you should definitely do some wrestling moves. But either way, he threw a branch and basically knocked it out. Okay. And in retaliation, Reeds then brought the alien in. Wait, what? This cannot be true. What happened to the bullet wound part? Okay, Reed brought the alien inside and tried to take a nap, but found himself unable to due to a tension of the incident. Reed decided to do an autopsy on the alien and filmed the alleged examination. Later, a mysterious white van arrived and took the alien and most of Reed's evidence. Okay, so wait a minute. You threw a branch at it. You didn't like shoot it. You should have had a gun. I'm pretty damn sure that's a fucking bullet wound right there. So, you know, you're telling me a branch did that damage from the back of the skull? It's already bullshit from the get-go. All right, so exposing as a hoax. Oh, microphone is acting up.
Let's get silly.
Let's not get silly, microphone. I need you to work right now. All right, exposing the hoax. In 2010, an episode of the series Fact or Faked? Fact or Faked? I know Fact or Fiction. I don't remember Fact or Fake. Paranormal Files. The Fact or Fake team was able to duplicate the entire Reed video nearly shot by shot, since this did not entirely eliminate the authenticity of the Reed's original footage. The team decided to do a voice stress test on Reed's himself. So now there was also some sort of stress test. So I don't know, like, that seems silly. This is supposedly a Jonathan Reed's alien encounter. This is like supposedly like a reenactment of the whole thing.
Truly an incredible and phenomenal event. Jonathan Reed often took his dog Susie to the Cascade Mountains, about 60 miles east of Seattle, Washington. Never could he have imagined what was about to happen to him on this day. Jonathan's dog ran happily along the path through the brush and trees. Then the dog ran ahead, taking a side path, and disappeared from sight. Jonathan could hear her but not see her. Soon she started barking, and Jonathan yelled to her, concerning that her...
So this is the reenactment. This is definitely a wig right here. Look at this. 1996, October, it's when it happened. We originally read that it happened in August. So, okay. reenacting the events. Let's see what happens.
Barking was now beginning to sound desperate. Jonathan ran toward her sound, thinking that she might have encountered a bear or a wild animal. He picked up a fallen tree branch for protection as he ran towards the sound. He quickly arrived at the crest of the hill, where now the sight that met his eyes left him almost petrified. His dog, now fighting for her life with a strange creature that somewhat resembled a small child, but with very different proportions. All at once, the creature began literally tearing the dog's body apart. And finally...
So, you know, something just occurred to my mind. Like, if the dog was unable to, like, kill this alien that must have been, like, I don't know, dwarf size, and, I mean, it looked malnourished. It definitely did not have any, like, muscle strength at all. So somehow it was able to tear apart the dog, but when you threw that stick, you were able to knock it out and kill it, apparently, or just knock it out, apparently, enough so that you could examine it when you brought it back.
Disintegrated her remains. Happening within seconds, Jonathan rushed forward with a tree branch and hit the creature hard in the head.
I mean, it has to be like a baseball bat sized tree branch to make some damage. And yeah, I would have expected something else. I mean, I thought he just like whooped out like a gun and blew his head off. But I guess I was wrong. I misread the whole thing. This is so weird.
At that moment, Jonathan became mortally and violently ill, himself falling to the ground. It seemed that the creature, who was now lying on the ground and apparently dead, had somehow the capacity to make Jonathan instantly sick, maybe as some form of defense.
At that moment, I fell to the ground, sick, very violently sick.
This is Jonathan, by the way, and wow, like, maybe that wig wasn't too far off from his head, actually, but they could have done better on the mustache.
Throwing up, diarrhea, no muscle control. I could not stand. My breathing was congested, extremely congested. The whole area at that moment felt different, somehow foreign.
I definitely got to say the beat is like some Ace of Base kind of thing going on, and like, you know what, it feels appropriate because it's 1996, and you know, I want my Ace of Base during like a reenactment of an alien attack or an alien assault, whatever you want to call it.
As if time had maybe been distorted in this area. I needed to find some kind of reality in this moment, but I could find none. Again, I tried to regain my strength, and I sat in this area for many, many hours in reality, but in truth it felt very short in time. I tried to regain my strength, and I would crawl and again fall down.
After being sick and lying on the ground for what seemed to be a very long time, Jonathan noticed an unusual harmonic sound, which seemed to be coming from somewhere in the area. He decided to try to determine what this sound was and from where it originated from.
Wait, I'm assuming that the humming noise is coming from the alien ship, the supposed alien ship that he found. And, I mean, where's the time when he goes to get the camera? Is it after all this? Because it just seemed like when we first saw the footage that he literally got shot at the same time, you know, that he came back to look for his dog. But then if that was the case, did he have the camera while he had the huge baseball stick to beat the shit out of this alien? Like, I mean, this is confusing as fuck.
Well, shit.
That's what I meant.
I'm retarded?
At one point, I heard this sound coming from somewhere that I could not see. So I looked around and tried to locate the direction that the sound was coming from. I hoped that this was maybe another hiker or a camper in the area? And if so...
Wait, so you thought the humming noise was coming from another camper? He's just so happened to be humming in the woods? I would be more disturbed, actually. I'd probably walk the other way.
I needed their help, but it turned out not to be. I looked and searched for this sound, this harmonic ebbing sound that seemed to drift in and out of the trees. But as I reached the point of this sound, I kind of broke through some bushes and some trees and found this black floating shape, which I call the obelisk. It was large, much larger than my body. It was black, completely black. Its surface was shiny and almost had a depth to it, but it looked like stone or marble.
I mean, honestly, now that I'm like seeing like the somewhat clearer pictures, it definitely looks like a model. It's like they like had like a stick, you know, holding it up in the air, and they put like a bunch of branches, or either photoshopped a couple of branches on top so you couldn't see it. Now when did he get the camera? That's what I want to find out. Like, when did he get the camera?
And as I ran up to it, I fell against it, and for a moment, I felt like it almost absorbed me into its space.
Okay.
And I felt like
you know what? I'm gonna rewind that, because like I don't even remember this portion of the story. Like this portion is brand spanking new to me.
And my body, it was black, completely black. Its surface was shiny and almost had a depth to it, but it looked like stone or marble, some type of stone. It had no windows, no doors, and no seams. It had 6 sides, 6 definite sides, but it was floating in the air. It was not touching the ground. It was as if it was anchored to this spot in the air. And as I ran up to it, I fell against it, and for a moment, I felt like it almost absorbed me into its space. And I felt like I was in this very large black room.
Racist.
I don't know, man. I was banging 7-gram rocks and finishing them because that's how I roll. I have 1 speed, I have 1 gear. Go.
Yeah, like, okay, so this is just another portion that I just did not know that he entered the ship. And by the way, was the alien just by itself? Like, usually you would expect it to go in pairs, or at least in a team, you know? Or maybe it was a really small ship. I guess it could only fit 1 alien.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, sweet.
After a drug-filled night with porn stars.
Mm-hmm.
I was back outside and feeling this cold surface against my hand, which almost burned my hand like dry ice. It was a terrifying moment, but truly...
Look at that special effects graphic work. Ooh. Definitely did not get a good vector off of this.
Something that was so surreal that I couldn't even get my mind to believe what I was looking at, but nevertheless, it was there. It was in front of me, and I could not deny this.
All right. It's a true story. Well, it makes me wonder if, is the guy still around? The only evidence they have that this situation was fake was they recreated the thing, and then they also did like some sort of stress test on the dude to see if he was really stressing. But you know what? Let me do some live investigation and see if I could find this particular episode. All right. It's an original series.
When I came here that day, right up here through that opening in the trees is where I came over and I saw my dog entangled with this thing, and my dog was screaming for her life.
Lucy.
And within seconds, this thing grabbed her head, her jaw, and ripped her head right in half, tearing her backbone completely out of her body. Blood, tissue everywhere. The remains of my dog was nothing but white ash on the ground.
See, that was the part you really fucked up. You had to sacrifice a dog for real if you were going to make anyone believe your story. This whole, like, it disintegrated and turned into white dust. Oh, boy.
Shut up. Shut up. Stop. Move forward.
Exactly. I mean, she's not buying it one bit. I don't know who the hell she is.
Hit the ground and it was just ashes. Wow. And so I didn't think, I didn't have any logic. I just wanted to kill it.
So what did you do?
So I hit it as hard as I could with this branch. And the second that I hit it, instantly I became sick, crippling sick.
Do you think that's an effect that the creature might have transferred to you?
I can't say that for sure. I don't know. But I do know the second the impact happened, that's when I felt this.
That's the other thing. I was sure that this guy got shot because they showed, or at least what I found, like in previous videos that I wish I had lined up, but he physically showed like some sort of wound that entered his shoulder and went out the other side. He doesn't seem to be discussing that, and it doesn't seem to be part of the story, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I'm starting to think I just got like a Mandela effect. Either that or I was drinking too much when I was like researching this.
Pressure on my body. And right at that point, I could see that behind those evergreens, there was a black-looking shape. And it was 3 feet off the ground. Nothing underneath it. Didn't make any sense.
The other part that doesn't make sense is that, you know, apparently a white van showed up, a government official showed up and took all the evidence, including the body, including some tapes. So where does these little pieces, you know, about the body examination, which seems like a very essential thing to grab, you know, if you don't want to let anybody know that there's aliens out there. And also the whole whatever little alien bracelet that you know, he teleported with, like, you would think these things would be essential to grab, you know, if you wanted to prevent anybody from finding out.
I tried to find logic in the moment. I couldn't find any.
I can't find one at all at this point.
It's probably about where you are.
It's illogical,
it's 9.5
people.
feet long, 2.5 feet thick, and 3.5 feet wide.
A sci-fi original series, Fact or Faked Paranormal Files. All new.
All right, well.
One day you'll understand the benefits of a good curve.
Yeah, maybe you will. Let's see if I have anything. Oh, wait. I almost left without showing you this piece of internet gold. Yes, it's the Frozen E.T. Blues by this guy. And maybe I should just keep it normal size so you could like find it yourself. But I did not make this, though this is taking pieces from the Art Bell interview with Dr. Reed, or whatever the fuck his name is. And I like this song. I'm going to share it with you guys.
It was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was hiking with my dog. It's a fairly mountainous region. It's a good place to take your dog. She took off like a bolt of lightning, and then all of a sudden I heard barking. The barking changed its tone, like it had trapped something. The being grasped the snout of my dog, tearing the head off. This creature looked back at me and gave me this look that could kill. This look that could kill. I ran forward and I struck with this branch, hitting the creature. As it fell, it screamed. As far as I knew, it was dead. I rolled it up like a burrito
burrito.
In the blanket. I just started walking. I just kept going. But it was extremely light. I threw it in the back of my car. And when I got home, I sat in my carport, looking in the rearview mirror, seeing the silhouette of my burrito.
Burrito.
I can't just leave this in my car.
I don't know why I find this.
So I decided that I would put it in my freezer. I put it in the freezer. As far as I knew, it was dead. It was a piece of meat.
I got to admit, Ex Mortis definitely got like some good samples from Art Bell and that whole interview with Dr. Reed. So I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think it's like a legit thing, or it's all just like some faulty shit? It's all like some Mr. Potato Head alien dude with red eyes. I mean, I don't know what to think. I already shared my theory that I think one of these like 90s found footage films is a legit thing. And all these other carbon copies are like distractions, part of a PSYOP movement for that shit. So, that's just my thoughts on that. But I don't know. There's a lot of... I thought the whole thing with the arm bracelet was a little too cheesy, for sure. I think that portion speaks for itself. I didn't need to do a stress test to find out that was bullshit.
It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction.
But like the alien body and stuff like that, like I don't know. Even this photo looks like pretty compelling, pretty interesting. I mean, it's no like pregnant alien slabbed on like a table with radiation suit guys trying to autopsy it, but I thought it was interesting. It's an interesting story. Guys, I do appreciate you watching my little show over here. By the way, if you're on Odyssey or on Twitch or you're on DLive or Twitter, wherever you're watching me, you should definitely check me out here on Odyssey for sure. If you scan the QR code, that will lead to my page where you can sign up, and that will get me some library shekels, library crypto. That helps me out. But it also helps you out, because if you have a very interesting channel, very controversial channel on YouTube, you might want to back things up on Odyssey. You might want to do that, and it easily syncs. It's like magic. It'll sync up all your videos and put it there, and that way you can archive them and know that you have a backup system for that. And every time you upload from YouTube, it just uploads to Odyssey as well. You can follow me exclusively here on Odyssey. Just scan that QR code, and let's not forget, I've got some merch, people. That's right. Gotta make some money somehow as a struggling artist. So I got some t-shirts, I got some cool gear. I've got these original canvases, paintings that are from these very cartoonish hands that I use them for, jacking off. Scan that QR code and that'll lead to my store and to my website, which is, by the way, at feeltheghostcat.com. That's right, people. It's feeltheghostcat.com. You can also find me on Odyssey, Patreon, and Twitter. I go by Elgato Nosferatu there. See me rant on occasions. And also got Subscribestar. But you know what? Eventually it's all going to be universally on Odyssey. Follow me on Odyssey. support me there. And you know what? I'll catch you guys later.
And that is the whole problem with aliens, is you just can't trust them. Occasionally you meet a nice one, Starman, E.T., but usually they turn out to be some kind of big lizard.